Okay, can you guys hear me now? Can you hear? Yes, good. Okay, go. So you missed out the good part. Okay, what can you do? So the Gemara says that the first rabbi asked him, it says, Vegilu bir'ada. You should rejoice, but with limitation. Ra'ada. In other words, you be happy, but take it easy. Have a limit. You know, you're happy, but you have to have also fear. Gilu bir'ada, with trepidation. Okay? And the second rabbi brought another pasuk, even more tough. A pasuk in Mishlei, Bechol etzev yihyeh motar. Which means what? How the Gemara translates it as, there's an advantage, there's a yitaron, motar means an advantage, if there's etzev. It's good to be sad a little. It's good to have atzmut, okay? So both rabbis answered the same answer. I'm wearing tefillin. They were wearing tefillin at the time. Tefillin kamanachna. I am now wearing tefillin, which means what? Rashi explains, I have every right to be happy with no limits. No limits. The commentaries in the Gemara say that when it comes to simcha of a mitzvah, and that's our case, because even the jokingness is for the sake of true simcha. Why am I acting funny and silly? So I can have a simcha attitude. So now, with the mitzvah that I'm doing constantly every day, because we said earlier today, we have tons of mitzvot. Nachon hirba lahem Torah mitzvot. Hashem made a lot of Torah mitzvot that we have access to all day long, okay? Even by thought and thinking, etc. Tzitzit, brit milah, mitzvot non-stop. So we need this happiness always. So I'm allowed, without limits, to access simcha. They say in the Gemara that the fear is, you would think that if a person now is overly happy, that he'll come to what's called simcha shel holelut, he'll come to what's called kalut rosh, he'll come to take the mitzvot lightly. Sometimes you see that people have a party, and people start drinking, they forget to say bracha achorona, they begin to say nibul peh. You see people that they can get off easily, right? But when it comes to simchat mitzvah, that your happiness is connected to the mitzvah you're doing, there's no worry that you're going to come to kalut rosh and act silly. That's what the Gemara says, and the commentaries in the Gemara saying. So again, there's no limit to the simcha we have in doing a mitzvah. Okay? Simcha has to be extreme. It has to be Omar Darlin. It has to be Omar Darlin all the way in order to activate that simcha b'ezrat Hashem. Okay?
I don't remember which story it is, but there's a forum that says it's a Shem simcha.
Right. Lesson 5. Lesson 5.
So ultimately, in some class, what I'm challenging is this. Now, I'm not saying there's not a thing about bringing your atzmut into the dance. That's another story. But there's another idea here where if you are able to access the mitzvah without this personal need for reward, whatever he goes through there, then now you're able. Why is the simcha limited? Because it's Hashem simcha.
Exactly. Rav Nosson writes in the Kuti Alachot, listen carefully, we said it earlier today. He says, Rav Nosson, the simcha in doing a mitzvah, get ready, is greater than the mitzvah itself. You hear that? I'll say it again. The simcha in doing a mitzvah is even greater than the mitzvah. That's the goal of the mitzvah, is to tap into that simcha. We said earlier that all the klalot in Parashat Kitavo has all these 98 curses, this and that, and eating children, all these crazy things. And towards the end, it says, all this will happen, tachat asher lo avadetem et Hashem elokechem besimcha uvtuv levav, because you didn't serve Hashem with joy and a good heartedness. It doesn't say because you didn't serve Hashem. You could be serving Hashem, and it's without joy. That's the opening for these curses. It doesn't say you're not serving Hashem. It's not serving Hashem with the simcha, all the curses coming in. The goal, Rav Nosson says, is to tap into that simcha. You have people who are dry in their davening, they're dry in their devotions, okay? They have to work fast to bringing simcha to it. And if I can't. We have many etzot. But one amazing point, there was once a dialogue between Rabbi Nachman and Rav Nosson. Rabbi Nachman was telling Rav Nosson how important it is to be happy on Shabbat. And he asked him, are you ever happy on Shabbat? Rav Nosson says, sometimes I have an arousal, a hitorerut, I have a spiritual arousal. Rabbi Nachman says, that's not the way. That's not the way. The way is first to be besimcha. That's the way to access the hitorerut and the frumkeit. He says the main thing is simcha, and by the way to come to the Yiddish, the frumkeit. And then Rabbi Nachman read Rav Noson's mind, and he said to him, now you have what to worry about. He read his mind that Rav Nosson says, oh no, so how am I going to be b'simcha on Shabbat when I don't have the simcha? When I'm trying my best, it's not there. So Rav Nosson answered the Rebbe, at least I want to be b'simcha. At least I want to have the joy. So Rabbi Nachman says, you hear everybody what he said? He said perfect. He said very right. Richtig in Yiddish. He said right. This is the attitude. Rav Nosson said, in other words, and if I can't be b'simcha, at least I know that this is the direction, and I want to be b'simcha, and I'm davening about it, so I'm on the right track. I'm not there yet, but at least the davening about it brings me to that connection with Hashem. One point I wanted to say, we skipped this point, is this verse. The Gemara brings down this verse, B'chol etzev yeh motar, that there's an advantage to be sad. So Rav Nosson writes that even though the earlier books of Musar, they all take this attitude and they try to scare a person in order to wake up. For example, he says the book Reshit Chochmah, where there's an attitude of making you feel worried. He says, Rav Nosson, that applies, those books, and investing your energy in the Musar books applies more for earlier generations. Because today, the sakana of falling from worry, even a kosher worrying, and makes you fall to start panicking and falling to despair and sadness, is so delicate and so easy to come to that has to be avoided if it's going to lead you to sadness and depression. You hear that? He says, this is why in Breslov they say, use the teachings of Rabbi Nachman for Musar, because it's uplifting. It takes from a positive attitude and doesn't break you. It lifts you up from a positive angle. Even with Rav Nosson in the Likutei Tfilot, he gives you a broken heart, and he's bodedut also. But the broken heart, he says in Sichot Haran, when you have a genuine broken heart, it will lead to simcha. It will lead to simcha b'ezet Hashem, but it has to be a broken heart at the right time. The time is in hitbodedut. They have a joke in Breslov. They say every day Purim 23 hours and 1 hour Yom Kippur. 1 hour Yom Kippur and 23 hours Purim. In other words, your simcha has to be 23 hours, and that 1 hour that you reserve to talk to Hashem and to be open and to meditate, put in your brokenhearted in that time. So that they would say in Breslov, when the Yetzirah comes to you in the middle of the day, you're such a loser, you're such a this, you didn't make it here, you didn't make it for kids and this and that. And he attacks you, you say, sir, my hour for you is in that hour in the Hitbod and Yom Kippur hour. You can come to me in 4 hours, we'll talk then. I put you on schedule, Zoom schedule, and then Yom Kippur hour, come to me then, right? We push it off. You have to push it off. You have to push it off, because if you carry it with you, make it heavy, okay, you feel bad. Some people, for example, also, they think it's a mitzvah to watch Holocaust videos in order to remember and everything. But the atzvut generated by watching those videos and making yourself broken, and you think, but I have to identify with the pain of my Jewish nation. But you're causing more damage by identifying like that. It would be better to identify with the Jewish nation by being b'simcha and having that simcha spread and what's it called, generate to other people, b'ezat Hashem, okay? Of all this, now we can go into the stage of the Chinukh. There was a true story of two families, two religious families who came from Eastern Europe, came to Ellis Island, to New York in the early 1900s, when all the Jews, many Jews started to leave Europe because of the bad situation in Eastern Europe, in Russia, etc., assimilation, whatever, or money, dochak, persecution. These two families came to Ellis Island, and the situation was very hard back then. You had to work 6 days a week, and the day off was only Sunday. You had to work on Shabbat. And if you did not work on Shabbat, you lost your job. Two families, identical. Children, payot, kippah, tzitzit, everything, okay? Two fathers, they go to work, they found a job, they started working on Monday, boom, 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 boom. Came Friday, okay? Friday, they finished quickly, they ran home and everything, they didn't go to work on Shabbat. Both lost their jobs, okay? So the next week came, they both went to try to find a new job, and it's not easy to find a new job so quickly. It took 2 days. So this time they found a new job maybe by Wednesday. They didn't tell the owner that they're not coming to work on Shabbat. They made him assume that we're going to be at work for Shabbat. So they worked less hours, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They lost their job, less money, okay? The money from last week came and was all gone, and now this week there was less money. The third week, both of them also, they had, until they found a job, one guy found it on Wednesday, one guy found it on Thursday, 2 days of job. There was hardly any money at home, okay? One family, he couldn't take the pressure. He couldn't see the Shabbat table And the kids are starving and there's no food to put on the table. He didn't know what to do. There's nothing on the Shabbat table for the family. After the whole week, there's no food. And it was killing him. And he was angry and he was frustrated. And it was affecting his wife and the children. And the house was upside down and he's screaming and they're screaming and everything. He couldn't take the burden. And the next week, he went to work on Shabbat. The other guy, the other family, he had the same scenario, no food at the table, but he believed this is what Hashem wants of me right now. There's nothing more I can do. This is the best I can do, okay? So he, at the Shabbos table with no food, he started singing with his kids the Zmirot of Shabbat, and they saw the radiance of his simcha. It won them over. The kids are crying, but they saw how much the father was happy and appreciative. This is coming from heaven. This is the Ratzon of Hashem. This is what Hashem wants of me. If I can do better, I'll do better. Okay? It wasn't pikuach nefesh. Again, if you go in halacha, if it was pikuach nefesh, then they have to work on Shabbat or do something to get food on Shabbat. It wasn't pikuach nefesh. It was discomfort and worry generated by the discomfort that's going to get worse and worse and worse and make a person feel like he's eating himself and he has to do something about it. So in that case, he was holding on. It was simcha. And with that joy, he was able to make the family feel amazing on Shabbat. To the extent he got out of it. He got out of it. Eventually, he found a job that he opened his own business. He didn't have to work on Shabbat anymore. The next generation, this man, all of his children continued to be Shomer Torah and Mitzvot. The other guy lost his kids totally, lost everything. When you have Shabbat, we say every day, we say every Shabbat, Ki Yeshmera Shabbat, Ki Yishmereni, right? If I keep Shabbat, Hashem's going to protect me. It works both ways, right? He lost everything, the other guy, okay? What's the point of Chinukh? It's this point. If the father succeeds through everything he's going through, if it's physical pain, if it's stress and pressure, and he's able to show that I'm happy about what I'm going through, and it's not easy, I'm lip service, I know I'm talking, I know we're talking theoretically, but this is the goal here. If a person succeeds on being happy nonstop, the kids pick this up more than anything else. The love of the children to the father is that he's attracting them. How does he attract them? He's always funny, he's telling jokes. That's someone the kids love. The kids will want to listen to the father. If it's just out of fear and pachan, you're going to lose them. The Gemara says also, if someone serves out of yira, you push them too much, that's it. Lo mi uduvshech, lo mi uktzech. I don't need your sting. I don't need your honey. It's okay, stay away. Let me live my own life. The case, look at children who fell off. Kids, teenagers, why they don't connect? Because they don't get along with the father. He was tough with me. They use this term. I had a traumatic upbringing and everything. What was the traumatic upbringing? The father was always uptight or angry and was upset. There was no simcha at home. That was the traumatic. They use funny terms. They like to say, "Oh, bye." It's like, "Oh my God, XXS," something like that. What is this? It's not that. It's it's a lack of simcha. If there was simcha in the house, thanks to the parents, the father, this generates such a calmness, even when things are not right. But when they see that it's reflected too in the parents, this has a major hashpah. We'll finish off with one story. It's a famous story. People know it. We know because we tell the story to our kids. They have the Machanaim kids stories of tzaddikim. This is one of them. It's a very powerful story with the message in it. There was a man named Moshke, and he ran a tavern, ran an inn, which meant that there was a bar with whiskey and everything that he would sell liquor to the goyim, the farmers who were always drunk every night because they're depressed and whatever. Okay, so that was his job, and it was owned by the Paritz, the local landowner. So the owner was the landowner, and the Jew worked for the landowner, and he got free lodgings and everything was paid for, and he had money. So once the Paritz, the landlord, came to visit Moshke, and Moshke honored him. He gave him a glass of vodka, and the goy, the Paritz said, "Moshke, how's your family?" And he said, "Baruch Hashem, thank God, everyone's well. How's Parnasa? Baruch Hashem, everything's well. How's your health?" He said, Baruch Hashem, you should be thanking me. I give you Parnasa. I'm the one who's give you the money. So the Jew, he stuck up. He says, the reality is everything's from God. You are a messenger. I appreciate that you're a messenger. But I thank Hashem because the thanks belongs to him. By the way, that's hinted to in the Tikkun HaKlali, the psukim that Rabbeinu brings on the proof of the Tikkun HaKlali. It says, Pen titen la'acherim hodecha ushnotecha la'achzari. The pasuk, I think, or in Eov or Mishlei. Lest you give your hodecha. So in our context, lest you give your thanks to somebody else. Really, thanks is only to Hashem. The person who does you a favor, It's better to bless that person. May you be blessed, may you succeed, may you have strength, even, okay? But the thanking really should go to Hashem. That's the real address, okay? So the Goy says, you should be thanking me. He said, but Hashem is the source. You're a messenger. He says, oh, really? We'll see about that. You're fired. Now let's see how you survive. Let's see when you come crawling to my feet, kissing my feet to ask forgiveness. Let's see when you come. So it was right before Pesach this happened. So he lost his job before Pesach. And his wife was plotting at home. What are we going to do? No money for arba kosot and the meat. And every year they had tons of guests at their table. This year, minimum, no guests. What's going to be? And her husband was happy, b'simcha, saying Tehillim the whole time. She would start worrying, but she would see her husband calm and happy. That would calm her down, and the kids also. They saw the father not worrying, so they took it not to worry. Every time what about this, what about that? They saw his attitude of being positive. He said, we have to trust in Hashem. There's nothing else to do. I tried, and this I tried. He did it's not like he did nothing. He made ishtadut to find whatever job. Back then, to find a job wasn't easy, obviously, in Eastern Ukraine. So he's calm, okay? And meanwhile, it comes Erev Pesach, the day before Erev Pesach, and this Baritz, he has his mansion, and he has in his cellar a room where he keeps all his gold coins. And from time to time, when he put in new inventory, new gold coins in his treasury, you want to check out if the gold is real. So he'd bite on the coins to see if it's soft metal like gold. Gold is soft metal, to see if it's real gold or not. And this Baritz had a monkey, a pet monkey. Monkey see, monkey do. Okay, so the monkey came in with him. And while the door was open, Ivan, the servant of this Baritz, called him that there's something to attend to upstairs, something urgent. So he left the door open and the monkey in the room. So the monkey see, monkey do. He started biting on the gold coins also, but he swallowed it. He didn't know how to bite, the monkey. So he swallowed it and kept on swallowing until he died. He collapsed with the stomach being exploded with the coins, and he died. So when the pirates came back to the room, he saw his dead monkey in the floor, not knowing that there's gold coins in his stomach. He said, oh, it's a shame, my monkey. He called Ivan, come, Ivan. You know this monkey meat, go to the Moshke's house, throw the monkey into the window, so at least he has some meat to eat for Pesach. Monkey meat, okay? So Ivan took the dead monkey, okay? And he goes to the window of Moshke, and he throws the monkey and crashes the window. So as soon as Moshke and his family saw a dead body, not knowing it's a monkey on the floor, the first thing they thought was a blood libel, because that was common back then to do blood libels. They would kill a Gentile child, put the body in the house of a Jew, and say that the Jews killed this Goyish baby in order to use his blood for the Arba Kosot. There's been a history over and over that the Goyim like using Alilot Dam as related to Pesach. We're not going to do it now, but Rav Chaim Falaji has a book called Drachav LeMoshe, which explains the whole phenomena why the Goyim Dafka use the blood libel on the Arba Kosot of Pesach. Okay, but in any event, going back to the story, they see a body on the floor. They start panicking. But one of the kids, Moshke and his wife, they flip out. What's going on? Oh my God! But the child sees gold coins on the floor. When the Ivan threw the monkey through the window, the glass sliced open the stomach of the monkey, so coins started going on the floor. So the boy says, look, Abba, look, Tati, a gold coin. So it's not a baby, this is a monkey. They turn over the monkey, and they see the stomach is filled with gold coins. So Moshe says, thank you, Hashem, I knew you wouldn't abandon me. So quickly, Moshe and his wife, they went to buy everything, and he called all the guests to come. So the pirates, monkey business. So Moshke, he had a nice seder, okay? The pirates, he said to himself, I want to pay a visit to Moshke because he wanted so badly that Moshke should bend to his feet, kiss his feet, and ask forgiveness. So he gets Ivan to prepare the horse and the wagon, and he takes him to go there. He comes to the house, and he sees the window is fixed. There's no broken window. He sees light and candles coming out of the house. He peeks to the window of the pirates, and he sees a giant table with tons of food and guests. The pirate says, I can't believe this. Where would he get this money from? He knocks on the door. Moshke sees his boss, the landlord, at the door. He says, yes, welcome. And the pirate walks in with like an expression of, where's this from? How did you do this? He said, Hashem took care of me. I told you God is my sustainer. What happened? He said, Hashem sent some dead monkey into my window and the gold coins. So he understood what happened. He said, I see, you're right. You're going back to work right after Pesach. You have your job back. I start recognizing the Hashem. What's the point of the story that we want to bring up? Is that the attitude of the father makes all the difference. The simcha and joy and taking it easy. But we admit we're nervous. You have people that are very, very, very nervous because they built up to it. They're always nervous, this and that. So now when it comes to a very stressful situation, for sure automatically they're going to flip out. For sure automatically they go crazy and make the wrong decisions. Whereas if a person works on simcha, eats with simcha, dreams about simcha, jokes nonstop, and to an extent, that it's keeping you in an uplifting, happy, high mood, it brushes off. It has a repercussion, B'ezrat Hashem, so that when a person is hit with a difficult situation, by reflex, he goes to simcha. This is the biggest message of Chinukh. When the kids see the Abba and Ima, and it's expressing with joy, etc. So this is the best gift. You got them. You have the kids. You have them in your hands. Even at age 10, at age 15, at age 20, however old, and whatever problems you have with your children, if you show them that you're happy, and the love, here in this case, the ahava is a byproduct of the simcha. Okay, the ahava is now because of the joy, I'm able to have that ahava, and it's shining. Your kids will want to be with you. They want to speak to you. They want to have that connection because of your joy, B'ezrat Hashem. It's a powerful advice that Rabbeinu reveals to us. This is the key. Yiratzon, we should be zoche, to always be happy, and don't forget to always sing, oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling, let me down. Okay, Yiratzon, we should be simcha, and joke, and happy, and do all the 8 sod Rabbeinu gives for being happy, B'ezrat Hashem. Hazak Baruch. Stop. 1 second.